here in Dallas-Fort Worth completing new hire training at Envoy Air, and I was assigned the Embraer 145 out of New York for my first aircraft and base assignment. Here's how the first part of my ground training has been going and what you can expect from new hire training at your own regional airline. Generally speaking, airline training will last anywhere from 2 to 3 months. There's a lot to learn in a short period of time, so airlines will try to get you through training as efficiently as possible. This is the training schedule that I was given. You can see that there are many breaks in between the long training modules that we have, but many of those breaks will be filled with studying and review anyways. Once all of this training is done, I'll be ready to begin flying the line at my first base. Every airline has a different system for bidding initial aircraft and base assignments. For my new hire class at Envoy, there were 9 Embraer 175s offered in either DFW or Chicago, and 8 Embraer 145s offered for first officers in New York. Every class is a little bit different, and that varies based on the future operational need of the airline. Here at Envoy, we're seat locked as first officers, meaning we cannot change aircraft types until we upgrade to captain. We can, however, change our base assignments throughout different months and bidding periods. Seniority within my class was broken down by cadet instructors first, pilots with prior 121 airline experience second, and finally aircraft bid assignments were given out by age. Since I was the youngest person in my class and also not a cadet instructor, I was the last to receive a bid for an aircraft and base assignment, and that's just how it is in the airline industry. Being young can be a really good thing though. I was assigned the Embraer 145 out of New York, LaGuardia, and JFK. It's our largest fleet type flown at the airline, so I can't wait to get started training on it. As for the other people in my class, there were 9 175s between Dallas and Chicago offered, 8 145s, and a few CRJs which were given out to direct entry captains. Indoctrination Week, or Indoc, is the first part of new hire training, and it covers a lot during just a few days. Between setting up company accounts, configuring Envoy assigned iPads as electronic flight bags, registering for airline benefits, getting sized for uniforms, listening to guest lectures from various departments around the airline, and studying hundreds of pages of company policies and procedures, you really have your hands full as a new hire pilot. And at the end of the week, we take a comprehensive exam on everything that we learned about our flight manual throughout the week. After Indoc, I'm back home now for 1 week of computer-based training, or CBT courses. We have about 30 hours of online training to complete on all of the aircraft systems for the Embraer 145. At the end of the week, we'll take a comprehensive knowledge exam, which covers all of those systems in one test. Whether you're at home on a break or training at headquarters, there are 3 things that all of the instructors encourage us to do every single day, and that's study our aircraft limitations, review our memory items on the emergency procedures checklist, and to completely memorize our flow patterns, which are just normal checklists committed to memory, which you then verify afterwards with the actual paper checklist. As you guys can see, I put the cockpit posters up on my wall that they gave us before we headed home so that I could work on those checklists so that I'm ready to go when I head back to systems training next week. Up next is in-person systems training. Ground school is combined with daily cockpit procedures training, which is our opportunity to learn how to follow Envoy's checklist, profiles, and procedures as a crew. At the end, we take an oral examination known as a systems validation with an examiner which tests our knowledge of the Embraer 145 systems, limitations, and memory items. We also have to complete what's known as a procedures validation with an examiner, which is done in a cockpit trainer just like this, and it examines our ability to follow the Embraer 145 profiles, procedures, and checklists. That's it for ground school training. It may feel like a lot to fit within just a few weeks, and it really is. Regardless of which airline you want to begin flying for one day, training may feel a bit like drinking from a fire hose at first. But now that ground school is done, I'm on to the next step, which is simulator training.